benefits that they didn't claim originally. According to the IRS, 9 million Americans potentially have unclaimed money, and Sieber says with the 2021 tax year offering more benefits like increased child tax credits, you could have more money waiting for you.
You can still get those benefits. So if you have any reason to suspect that you didn't get all your credits or all your stimulus monies, go see a tax pro.
So we can verify no, just because the IRS is ending their free file program for 2021 doesn't mean you can't still get unclaimed benefits from that year. Sieber says you can amend your return on your own.
So some people may not qualify for any more monthly benefits. After changes have been made, the lawmakers say that millions of people on SNAP will continue to receive extra relief cash throughout the year. The benefit amount may decrease again this year, but so far, President Biden is still working on a fourth stimulus package. So there has been some breaking news on SNAP benefits. The recipients will receive another sizable payment in December. It includes a 12.5% cost of living approved for the fiscal year of next year. The 2022 COLA already kicked in October 1st. It will run again through September, which will help SNAP recipients offset rising food costs. But experts are warning about how the COLA may cut monthly SNAP benefits for people. There were significant changes that made to SNAP benefits this year. In September, the governor already announced an expansion to the state SNAP program. And according to the Department of Human Services, the change meant an additional 420,000 Pennsylvanians are eligible for food stamps. Pennsylvania increased the income threshold for applicants to 200% of the federal poverty income guidelines. But due to the cost of living adjustment, some Louisiana households may see a decrease in SNAP and other benefits, according to the Louisiana Department of Children and Services. This has so far affected millions of people under the Family Independence Temporary Assistance Program and SNAP program as well. State officials have said that these benefits will decrease in January. The cost of living is already increasing every single day. But now, once again, food inflation is outpacing overall inflation. What this means, though, is that SNAP recipients in the state of New York will once again receive more than $100 in their monthly benefits. SNAP has been crucial for many people in New York, and households that are currently at or near the maximum benefit level, which is about $1,000 for a household of 4, will receive SSI payments of at least $100. Benefits will post between December 12th and December 31st. An estimated $234 million in federal funding will be infused into New York's economy as a result of additional benefits. Since January, the program has contributed more than $2 billion into the state's economy, playing a critical role in the state's economic recovery in the wake of the crisis. According to a recent federal survey, SNAP generates up to $1.54 in economic activity for every dollar invested in the program. So, as food prices affected the number of factors, including extreme weather and supply chain complications, it makes it more difficult for the U.S. government to use tactics like raising the rates to moderate food prices. A number of party and refrigerator staples continued to get more expensive last month. The latest data even shows this. Eggs were a staggering 49% more expensive through November, and butter prices also increased by 27%. Overall, grocery and menu prices in November and December continue to go up half a percentage point every single month. So we're only left with one option now. It's for President Biden to do something about this and sending out stimulus payments. Because there is exciting news, the lawmakers have already unveiled a new bill. The bill will fund new programs. They aim to provide more relief to the low income across the country. Support for recurring stimulus is continuing to grow, and as we are seeing more relief being approved around for Americans, Idaho state lawmakers recently approved a program that sent $300 to individuals and $600 to joint filers in order to spend down the state's record budget surplus. Elevate Idaho Families Coalition is now considering proposing a tax rebate program in the upcoming legislative session. People have until the end of the year to claim the tax rebate. Over the past few years, families were also supported by federal programs like stimulus and the expanded child tax credit, which reduced child poverty to a record low rate nationwide. Officials have said that these positive impacts could be modeled again on the state level. The governors of Virginia has already released a proposal for additional tax relief. It's just one component of the budget plan he hoped to unveil in November to the General Assembly, which also proposes new investments in education, economic development, and environmental initiatives. The plan will also have to win approval in a politically divided government. Democrats currently control the Senate and and Republicans have a majority in the House of Delegates. Overall, Youngkin is proposing an additional $1 billion in tax relief and over $2.6 billion in new spending commitments.
I became on a first-name basis. I just went to Jeffrey. And then we have Gene Rodriguez to be Assistant Secretary of Energy for Electricity Delivery and Energy Reliability. We're going to turn to that as soon as we get a quorum. But today we also have 3 witnesses before us to provide expert testimony on 15 bills, 1 resolution, and a discussion draft of the Nuclear Waste Administration Act.
Instances lead to penalties if you don't withhold enough money.
We have about a survey out there that shows 50% have spent all their emergency savings. People are carrying more debt on their credit cards, and there has been a huge jump in the number of people reporting they have signed up for SNAP food stamps or visited a food pantry in the past.
Folks, there's a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, and SSI and SSDI. So far, everybody, President Biden is saying that an urgent warning has been released to the federal government. The IRS has new information on how to receive stimulus and may now affect your tax refund as well. Some of the low-income households will likely see their check amount decrease. The IRS has already released an urgent warning concerning how stimulus payments are impacting your tax refund amount for the year. This will matter when you file your taxes for the next year of 2023. The stimulus checks in 2021, alongside the expanded parent-child tax credits, enabled millions of Americans more cash back from the tax refunds. The taxpayers should know the refund amounts will not match the money they received before. If you also deducted charitable contributions without itemizing them on your taxes, you will likely see that the amount of money missing from your tax refund is big as well. It's because the IRS stopped a special crisis era this year, so you cannot break a tax break for donations to charities if you claim the standard deduction. In 2021, filers could claim up to $300 for cash donations or $600 if you're filing jointly. The tax break did not get extended in 2022, so there will be no financial benefit when it comes to your tax return. Ultimately, the IRS is giving you a smaller refund check. The IRS also warned that the timeline may be a little bit off in 2023 when it comes to refunds. According to officials, there is no specific deadline that Americans should expect to see their cash by. The IRS said that some returns may require additional review and some may take longer. But if you want your refund as soon as possible, then it helps to electronically file yours without any errors and opt to receive your payment by direct deposit. Schumer was unanimously elected for another term as the senatorial leader. He also is leading the 51-seat majority. Senate Democrats met behind closed doors in the Capitol to discuss a new leadership team. The session was swift with no challengers, unlike the contested Republican elections. So Schumer said after the announcement, "We had a great unified meeting. We were both very glad about what we were able to accomplish in the last Congress and setting aspirations that we will accomplish as much as in the 2 years." Now, Schumer has proven to be a steady force in one of the most consequential sessions of Congress. But Republicans take control of the House and Senate. Joe Biden said in the new year it will be a fresh challenge for Schumer in a divided Congress. Senate Democrats filled out their leadership team again, and now Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois was elected for the number 2 spot. So, Senate Republicans are already choosing their team, like Mitch McConnell on track to become the